the second race of the Grand Junction Motor Speedway Winter Series. This time I qualified in first place, and I had a really good kart during qualifying, and before the race I was really hoping I would get that kart, but instead I got kart 26, which was the last kart I had before, although this time it wasn't the best performing. During practice, I also had a really good kart, but there wasn't a transponder on it, so I wasn't able to see my time. Now, exiting the final 2 corners on the pace lap, I had to control the pace, which on these karts is a bit difficult because it's a bit difficult to keep your speed. And I'm waiting for the green flag to drop now. And as it's waved, I have a bit of a delayed start, and I try to push the kart a bit, as I believe Wyatt, who started second, started to get a bit ahead of me. I managed to hold my position, but into the third corner is a really big overtaking opportunity. I don't get sent, but I look behind me right after that, and they were too wide behind me, so I decide to gain as much of a gap as I can through that right corner, the one I just went through. I had a lot of understeer going right, which I think made it a bit of a challenge, but I managed to get used to it. Onto the curve straight. This is where speed is the most important, especially in draft, because it is a downhill spot. So if you're even 6 car lengths behind someone else, you can still catch up really easily. And just like that, I have completed 1 lap and managed to hold my position, which is 1 position better than last race, as when I finished the first lap there, I was at second place. Going on to a few laps later, I got on throttle a bit too early for this corner and dipped my tires onto the gravel. And as a result, I lost a lot of exit speed, which resulted in the car behind to catch up a lot. And through this corner, I could hear his kart like right behind me. He goes to the inside for this corner, but doesn't get enough of a run to really get in there, so I managed to close him off by the final corner, and I took a lot, trying to get as much speed as I can through the straight and get him as far away as the first, second, third, and fourth corner are all corners that you could get past on, so I knew I really had to defend. This corner I went semi-defensive and got a little tap, so I knew he was still close, but through this corner I went for my racing line, because a lot of people wouldn't usually go for a pass, but I have seen it done there. And through the S's, this is where I felt I was really good, so I knew at this point I had gained a bit of a gap to him. Skipping to the final lap, I had managed to hold the lead and gain even more of a gap on second place, extending my lead by more than 2 kart lengths a lap. Now onto the main straight for the final time. As you can see in the flag stand, the checkered flag waving, and I think that was the only lap that I didn't tuck to gain more speed. And every other lap I was tucking down that main straight. Up until the third turn, it didn't hit me that I had won the race. And the previous race, I was in first place for most of the race, but I did wreck with 2 laps to go, and then one more time with 1 lap to go in the final few corners. So I was really excited. I'll have that video recommended next. Also, coming out of the final corner when I was going into the pits, I had been so close to lapping another car that the checkered flag was waving for him as I was going into the pits. Wyatt did finish third, so that means that he will remain in first place in the championship currently. But this finish will result in me moving up to maybe and hopefully the top 3 in points.